What is up everyone, FPL Harry here, welcome back to another video. Game week 1 is done, transfer plans are done, it is time to show you how I'm lining up for game week 2. What is up everyone, welcome back to another video, FPL Harry here, and today I'm going to be taking you through how I plan on lining up for game week 2, transfers if I'm making any, captaincy, the whole lot. Thank you all very much for joining. Just before we dive into the video, I have had a few comments saying that my audio has been a little bit quiet in the past couple of videos. I have had a new mic, so I've tried adjusting a few things. Let me know in the comments if this is any better or it's more echoey or anything like that. Drop it all in the comment section down below, but let's get into it. Before we look at game week 2, let's have a quick review of how I got on so far in game week 1. First game week of the season. Was pretty happy with how it went. I got 72 points overall. Again, 1.1 million rank for game week 1 is pretty good. I tend to aim to be inside the top 2 million for game week 1 and then inside the top 1 million come about game week 5 or so, and then looking to be in the top 200k about halfway through the season. I can push on when I start to play a few of my chips. So let me know how you got on. What did you get in game week 1 after all the points were officially settled? In terms of how my team actually performed, Ward got a 1. He looks like he's the Leicester number 1, so I'm happy that I went with him over Iverson. At least I have those two keepers, but that Leicester defense looked really poor. Don't plan on having Ward in my starting lineup very much during the season. I've got Sanchez on the bench. He'll be coming in for me. Game week 2, he did outscore him despite having a much more difficult fixture on paper away at Manchester United. So Ward with a 1. In the defence, Trippier and Cancelo, very happy with those two. Again, 7 points each. Bonus points. Cancelo getting yellow card but still getting bonus points. He loves to pick up those extra points at the end of the game. Now Robertson and Trent, a little bit disappointed with them. Just the 1 point. We did not expect the performance from Fulham that we did get, and we expected Liverpool to win this game comfortably. A little bit worried about that, but I do expect for Liverpool and these two to bounce back going into that game week 2 fixture. I was quite fortunate that Luis Diaz, who I decided not to go with, didn't get a goal, and any of you Diaz owners did get a little bit unlucky in game week 1. Into midfield, it was Captain Salah. He did score a nice 12 points, doubled to 24. Very happy with how he started the season. And Saka and Martinelli, my duo of Arsenal mids, both getting a return. Martinelli with that goal and Saka with the late assists to put a little cherry on the cake of that end of that game week 1 fixture, and to sweeten the blow that I didn't have an Arsenal defender in my team. So happy with them and expect them to do well in their upcoming fixtures as well. Neto is the player that I'm really looking at to potentially transfer out this week, and we'll get onto that in just a moment, but a blank for him with Wolves only scoring once against Leeds is a little bit of a concern. Now up front, Haaland came in, debuted 2 goals, very impressed by him, did get taken off in the 75th minute, which I think is a theme that we will see throughout the season. He's been told that he's not going to be run into the ground, he won't play 90 minutes 3 times a week, and these early subs could definitely be the case when they're winning the game. And then Jesus, everyone owns him. Arsenal look great. I'm not too concerned about his blank. Hopefully he can get something in the upcoming fixtures because he has been heavily sold going into game week 2, and I don't think he should have been. So happy enough with a 1.1 million game week rank. Overall rank the same, of course, after 1 week. The bench, there was no points there, but we're very impressed with Fulham and Pereira, and I think I'll be starting him in my lineup for the upcoming weeks as well. So that's how I got on. Let me know how you did as well in game week 1, but let's get on to look at my potential transfers and lineup for game week 2. So in terms of potential transfers out for game week 2, I have Trippier and Pedro Neto. Now Neto is a player I spoke a lot about in my transfer plans video. Was not impressed by him. They've also signed a new winger, which I don't necessarily think is good for Neto's minutes. Although I don't think he won't start, I think he'll maybe get subbed off slightly earlier than maybe he would have done if they didn't sign that replacement. It also could improve their attack, but only scoring 1 goal against that Leeds defence, who are notoriously bad defensively, is a little bit of a concern. And of course he picked up the assist of the assist, and you get no points for that. I'm going to wait and see probably how they do against Fulham, but I do have a couple of replacements that I'm keeping my eye on, and if things get towards the deadline, I may well end up making a switch, and I'll let you know if I've done it already later on. So the 2 players I'm really looking at, we spoke about 1 in the first video, which was Aronson. Leeds looked really good, scored twice at home. Again, the home teams did much better in game week 1, potentially than the away teams did, and I am looking at that Leeds attack, those fixtures that are coming up as well, thinking that a 5.5 million piece of that could be a really nice buy. And now the other one that I'm looking at, I recorded before the the Sunday fixtures, so I didn't necessarily see Brighton play. I was more keeping an eye on Brentford and Visa, but it actually was Pascal Gross who scored twice for Brighton against Manchester United that I'm looking at. He's playing quite advanced on some set pieces as well. As we said with Sanchez, Brighton have a really, really nice run of fixtures from about game week 3 or 4 onwards. Pascal Gross, definitely if he keeps up his returns, could be a player that I could look at to be a Neto replacement as well. Now, the other player I'm considering selling is Trippier. Now, you're probably thinking, Harry, he got a clean sheet, he got bonus points, why are you looking at selling him? Now, the upcoming fixtures are okay. Away at Brighton, I don't think it's that easy. They then go away to Wolves as the other fixture I'm looking at, but in between that, they do play Liverpool and Manchester City, and I'm starting to doubt quite how many clean sheets I expect from him. Now, he could get attacking returns as well, but it is a difficult run of fixtures with 2 easier away fixtures. But again, we said that the home teams have been favoured so far this season, and their home fixtures again are a lot more difficult that they've got in the next few, so I could look to move them on. Potential replacements, I've got my eye on Zinchenko. My only issue is I have triple Arsenal attack and I don't really plan on moving them on. But that Arsenal defence did look really good in game week 1. I do think there's a good chance that I own one of them in the future. I will just have to sell one of Martinelli or Saka, potentially Jesus if he does blank again, in order to free up the money for Zinchenko. However, the one I've really got my eye on is Kyle Walker of Manchester City. Keeping an eye on the transfer window, do I think that Manchester City are going to sign another fullback? Because if they do, I don't think it makes Walker a good option at all. However, 5 million for him could be an absolute bargain. They looked so good in game week 1. They dominated that fixture more than we thought they would away at West Ham. West Ham didn't really have a sniff in front of goal and they gave up in the final sort of 20 minutes. Walker at 5 million with the attacking threat that he could potentially have at right back could be an absolute steal, and they have a lovely run of fixtures from game week 2. There is part of me that is thinking about making that move early before the fixture swing that we've got for Newcastle and just going straight to Walker now. The other players that I'm potentially looking at are the Spurs defence. Now, they do play Chelsea this week, so I won't be buying them this week. However, if we know that Sessegnon, Emerson, Perisic, Doherty are likely to start, we saw the positions they were getting themselves into in game week 1 that they could be an absolute bargain. So keeping an eye on them there, but it is really Walker that I could end up buying this week. Before we get into my team selection, make sure you've joined the league code above. It is a prize league. It is for subscribers only. So make sure you've subscribed and like the video as well while you're there. Appreciate all the support, but let's get into that game week 2 lineup and captaincy and transfers confirmed. So, game week 2 lineup confirmed. Here we go. In goal, we start with Sanchez of Brighton. Newcastle at home again. I think that'll be a difficult fixture. I find it very difficult to call. They're hoping that it's going to be a 0-0. I don't expect it to be though, because both teams have looked pretty good at attacking in game week 1 as well as good defensively. Ward banished to my bench, never to return, I don't think. Sanchez, definitely happy with him. Again, he picked up a bonus point in game week 1 despite not keeping a clean sheet, so that's great to see. In defence, again, it is the same back four. I am going to hold Trippier at the moment. I will have a deadline stream coming on Friday evening as well to have a little preview of what I'm going to do if I have made any transfers, but I'm 90% sure this is what my team is going to look like. Trent in there, Robertson in there. Crystal Palace didn't look that great in game week 1. They're a team that seem to give up if they do concede early and sort of don't necessarily get back into the game. I'm hoping that that can be the case, and I am expecting a big Liverpool bounce back. Again, a Monday night fixture. Anyone who's watched my videos, I love owning players and potentially captaining players who play on the Monday night as the final game of the game week as well. And I think this could be a big result for Liverpool. They will want to bounce back after that poor performance in game week 1. Again, we have Cancelo at home to Bournemouth. Happy with that. Would love a double Manchester City defence, and it is getting increasingly highly owned. I didn't have one in my game week 1 team, potentially because of that West Ham away fixture, but I'm going to have to hope that Bournemouth do score in game week 2, but I think it's unlikely. And then finally, Trippier, Brighton away again, hoping for that 0-0 between the two. Salah in my midfield is my captain, so it is not on Erling Haaland at the moment. Again, I love that Monday night fixture. I'm expecting big things for a bounce back from Liverpool. My only concern is, what does Darwin do to Salah's potential output? He's looked really good, Darwin, but I'm not sure Salah will score as many goals when he is in the team. Although he scored at the weekend, he was pretty fortunate to get the goal he did score, but he is my captain at the moment. Elsewhere in my midfield, I'm giving Pedro Neto another chance. I am also benching Pereira of Fulham in that fixture as well. It is one against the other, and I've gone with Pedro Neto. Again, we've spoken about it, favouring the home fixtures so far after the game week 1 performances. We also look and we see Saka, we see Martinelli as well. Really happy to have those two. Leicester looked so poor defensively in game week 1, especially when Dewsbury Hall went off. Now I expect him to come back into that lineup and be fully fit and play the 90 minutes after the mistake that Rodgers did make. But I do expect Arsenal to probably score 2 or 3 in that fixture as well. So happy to have them. And of course, on top of the two of them, we add the forward line, which is Jesus and Haaland. No change here. Still very happy with the selections I've made. Keeping an eye on Jesus, of course, he did blank in game week 1. I have no worry about him. He was heavily sold going into game week 2 already, and I expect those sales to go up, but I'm still happy enough with him with their opening run of fixtures they do have. Again, Bournemouth in game week 3, Fulham in game week 4, and Aston Villa at home in game week 5 are all fixtures I expect Arsenal to win as well. So happy with him. And Haaland comes in here at the moment, my vice captain for game week 2. A small chance I do move it, but I just love Salah. I love captaining a midfielder. I love a Monday night captain as well. Haaland looked really good, but is he going to score again? Bournemouth impressed me in game week 1 as well. Let me know in the comment section who your game week 2 captain is. Out of Salah, out of Haaland. Are you going with someone else that isn't the two here? Again, let me know. The bench, Pereira first sub, Patterson second sub, and Archer third on my bench as always. Thank you all so much for watching. If you have enjoyed, please do consider liking the video, subscribing to the channel. There will be a live stream as well on Friday evening before that deadline. Again, the deadline is Saturday, but I can't do it. I'm going on holiday. Don't worry, the videos won't stop. I'm taking all of my stuff with me. You guys will still have all the videos every single game week. So if you think that's good commitment to the cause, subscribe to the channel, like the video, turn on notifications as well. Thank you all for watching, and I'll be back again very soon.